We'll go Kevin Lee, Gregor Gillespie. Obviously going with Gregor.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a rough night for Kevin Lee. Puncher's chance. Where do they got him ranked? Number 10?
10, and they got Gregor 11.
Yeah.
What? Has Kevin Lee ever knocked anyone out, like, bad?
No.
He just, like, takes people down, TKOs them, like, via ground and pound, right?
Yeah, I don't think he has any knockouts, actually. He has 2 knockouts. He's got 8 submissions. I believe he's a rear naked choke type of guy.
Right.
Yeah. He TKO'd Edson Barboza in the 5th round.
Yeah, but Edson was probably, like, off of what you just said. I don't remember the fight,
and
but off
he
of what you
TKO'd
said,
Jake Matthews.
Edson Barboza was totally out of gas.
Yeah. Oh, my God, dead.
And Motown just poured it on him.
Yeah, you ever see that one? They made a lot of memes out of that. Like the dun, with Kevin Lee flying through space and shit. Remember Edson hit him with a spinning back kick at one point in the head.
Oh, and he was like,
and Kevin Lee did like the jelly
touch
leg.
a knee.
Yeah.
Did a stank leg.
Oh, he did like the.
And then still came back and won.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is nuts.
He did like a hard.
So the man could take a hit.
Yeah, he did like a hardcore stanky leg. Hardcore stanky leg. Oh, he's got a great chin on him, Kevin Lee. Similar to Gregor. Like I don't think Kevin Lee has been beaten by decisions and submissions. And he has 1 knockout loss by Leandro Santos, TKO'd him.
What? Hang on. Gregor can take a fucking shot. I mean, I've fucking pelted that kid multiple times. But I remember the one thing that sticks out in my head is Chris Wade was going to throw a front kick. And Gregor from like 10 yards away shot. And fucking, like, Chris didn't even know he was shooting. That's how fast Gregor is. And got, like, kneed in the face. That's how much distance Gregor had covered. While Chris was trying to throw the front kick. Blasts Gregor in the face. Nose explodes. So, but Gregor still, like, eats it. Finishes the takedown, takes him down, whatever. And then, like, obviously, like, yo. Like,
You're
there's
bleeding.
blood everywhere.
You're bleeding.
You know, so, like, Keith Trimble's like, all right, like, yo, get up, let's take a look at you. His nose was fucking this wide. Fucking plugged it and fucking finished sparring. But, you know, Chris just fucking kneed him in the face. Not trying to throw a knee, trying to throw a front kick.
Yeah. Well,
like,
even
and Gregor was shooting into it.
in his UFC fights, Gregor's shown an unbelievable chin.
Yeah.
Like anything he's been hit with. Like he's been hit with a flying, like I forget who it was, but I remember the one fight he got hit with a flying knee. Ate it right in the cheek, and just still finished the double leg. Like cut the corner. Gregor don't play no
So
games.
Gregor wins this fight. Where does that put him?
Oof. Top 8, I would imagine, but Gregor doesn't have the biggest following, like we've talked about.
Well, he is the best fisherman in MMA. So
I don't know. We've talked about this because then he said he only does freshwater. Whereas
then
like,
he started flirting with.
has he started going in saltwater?
Yeah.
Because I know like Chad Mendez has a hunting show.
Chad Mendes is not in the UFC anymore.
He was. I'm sure there's other
We gotta
people
hit
too.
him up and see what the fuck is going on.
So we got, all right. If he wins this fight, ahead of him then is Barboza, Iaquinta, Dan Hooker, Paul Felder, Cerrone, Gaethje, McGregor, Poirier, and Ferguson. If he beats Kevin Lee,
Does he move up one spot?
I mean, that's unfortunate. I think if he beats Kevin Lee, I think he moves up to 9, maybe 8. They might put him ahead of Iaquinta, or they'll put him one spot behind Iaquinta. And then it's like, do they make him versus Al? Do they make him versus Dan Hooker? Because that's the thing, too, is I feel like they know where they're at right now with Gregor. He's 32 or 33. How old is Gregor?
Same age as me.
Yeah, so he's 32. He's on, like, borrowed time, press time, if you will. He doesn't have 2 years to waste.
Gregor is exactly 1 month older than me.
Oh, so he's 1986?
1986, November 13th.
All right, so we'll go back into this with Lance the Party Palmer.
Yeah.
Who do you have in Well, all right, we'll just go there and we'll stop. So Kevin Lee versus Gregor. We're obviously both going to ride with Gregor. I'm just making sure.
Yeah, right.
I think, like I was saying, I posted that shit the other day or today with Michael Chiesa. I think it's a bad night for Kevin Lee. I think he should have asked for somebody else.
Well, I think we talked about it. Like, he came out and said, like, yo, this is a bad fight for me.
Yeah.
Like, this is the dumbest fight I've ever taken.
It's true. You are correct, sir. It's not a good matchup for him.
Like, that's actually insane. Was that you take the dumbest fight ever, and then you admit to taking the dumbest fight ever.
So, Gregor Gillespie versus Kevin Lee. How do you see that fight going?
Gregor's been so crisp with his striking into his takedowns and his ground and pound. He's very polished, but I think Kevin Lee is going to be his biggest test so far.
I agree.
I thought you were going to say his kryptonite, but
Right.
biggest test. Yeah.
I think biggest test.
Well, I think he's the biggest name and the most well-rounded fighter Gregor has ever seen.
That's what I mean, yeah. But I've seen Kevin get tired, and I've seen it multiple times, and that's where Gregor doesn't get tired.
Right.
Yeah, and I was just going to say, I've seen Kevin almost like shut off, like where it's not going his way, and he'll just go, all right, and then almost like turn it off a little bit. Gregor is 0 to 100 and gas on the throttle until he wins.
It's over.
Yeah, until he wins or doesn't gas because nobody's outlasting him.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I see Gregor, and I've heard some people say actually they think Gregor's going to fuck Kevin Lee up on the feet. Because Gregor's stand-up's a little tricky. I think Kevin Lee's the better striker, but I think Gregor's live on the feet. Yeah.
He'll just keep doing this where you're like, is he going to shoot or is he going to punch me?
And then he throws.
And you start like...
And then his punches are crisp, Gregor's.
And if you fucking throw something back, he's shooting on you. So it's like, fuck.
Like, he's going to lead and throw offense, but if you throw something back, he's shooting on you.
Because listen, I've sparred with the guy, I don't know, 100 times. Like, I can't plant and throw at him. I have to be feet moving and just like peppering him with this shit.
Yeah, flick shit out.
Like, where he's just like, but they're not actually hurting him. It's just like...
You're just keeping him off your legs.
Right,
basically.
and maybe you could land a nice shot, and but as soon as you hit it, you got to fucking dip.
I'm going to go Gregor, TKO, or submission on that one.
Nice.
I think
MSG. I'm going to go submission. Gregor submission.
I'm gonna say decision just because Kevin has a funky style on his feet too, so I'm just interested to see. Obviously on the ground, Gregor's definitely gonna do better than Kevin, but on the feet, I think Kevin will make it a good fight until it goes to the ground.
I think the change of camps too. Like I know Kevin Lee has trained at TriStar in the past, but now he's there. Like now he did he did his whole camp at TriStar.
Ooh.
Nice.
So he's going to be like a long jab.
Who's the main?
Faraz Sahabi.
I've worked with Faraz for like 15 minutes one time, and I went, oh.
Yeah.
Damn.
And I know I've seen on social media,
sense.
Kevin Lee did a lot of work with GSP for this fight.
Damn.
Not that that's going to help him in the chain wrestling and whatnot, but it's going to help him with just strategic, long fighting. Against someone like Gregor, like you almost have to, like when you fight Gregor, you got to be like, nah, this guy has AIDS. I don't want him to touch me.
Stay as far away as possible.
I don't want him to touch me.
Yeah, but Gregor has one of the best double legs from the... It's like him and, was it Poeta?
Poeta, yeah.
Poeta could shoot a double from like 10 yards away, but there's nothing you could do about it. It was like...
In MMA, like when I interviewed Gregor at the Barclays in January, and he mentioned to me, he's the best collegiate wrestler in MMA. The only one with better credentials is Askren, and it's a totally different style.
Yeah, freestyle.
Like Askren didn't have that amazing double leg. Well, Cormier's international, and even you could say Yoel they wrestled in the Olympics, got the silver medal.
Well, then Cejudo's the
and he didn't wrestle in collegiate college.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, so
Gregor's
got the best double leg probably in MMA right now.
I would agree. I'm not really much of a double leg guy.
Yeah,
I shoot double legs in fights, but.
Yeah, but he's got a really good blast double. Like just that's his like takedown.
Yeah. Like Because you know, like, there are guys maybe you wrestled against or whatever that had, like, this move. Like, you knew they were going to hit it on you.
Yep.
And, like, you were prepared for it. You, like, but, like, still hit it on you. And you're like, fuck.
Well, like
that's happened with me and Gregor.
I wrestled Burroughs twice at the same tournament in college. And the match that I beat him was in overtime. And the match that I lost was in double overtime. And both matches, I kept one hand on the mat the entire match.
Right.
Just because it doesn't matter how far away he shoots. His
Right.
arms are going to get to your legs, and you got to be able to defend it from there. So, like, I had to prepare for that. Like, that was the only guy that I was really like, damn, this guy's going to get to my legs. I have to change up my entire stance.
Oh, damn.
So Stan didn't, like, watch wrestling like I did. And, like, I wrestled the same time. Like, Lance had the best physique out of anybody in the national fucking NCAA at that time. And, like, a fucking dope tan the match.
Oh my
I
God.
did have a good tan during nationals.
No
that's
hair
for
on this
sure.
guy's body. Great tan. Completely shredded. Where I'm like, dude, this guy is on drugs. I don't know what they're doing over there. It's
Bro.
Dude,
bullshit.
I got tested once a month at least in college, but it was after I got a DUI. And then and
He's got the best chest. He's
Dude,
got
I got
great
a DUI
quads.
and they started testing me in the Big Ten and NCAA. I was like, what the fuck is this all about?
Lats for days. This guy's getting DUIs.
Bro, I didn't know Lance Palmer had a win over Jordan Burroughs, too.
Yeah.
That's like a short list right there.
Yeah, that was our sophomore year, or my sophomore year at least.
Yeah, like
Right,
how...
because he's a year younger than us, right?
Yeah, because he ended up redshirting a year. He redshirted a year.
Or
'cause he,
2
like,
years younger.
He like broke his jaw or something the following year at the Vegas tournament. It was like his first match of the season, and he broke his jaw, and then he ended up redshirting.
Yeah.
I remember one time asking Gregor when he first came to Lima, like, why don't you keep wrestling? And he looked at me with like a side eye and was like, I can't beat Jordan Burroughs.
Because he was getting ready to try and take a run at the Olympics.
Yeah.
I think what was that, 2012?
Yeah.
12 probably.
This was 2011, but he was going for the 2012 Olympics.
Yeah.
And
Like
he said,
he had beaten Schlater at like the Nyack, whatever, and was just
Yep.
like,
couldn't
I
beat
just
Burroughs.
can't beat him.
Can't beat Burroughs. So he was like, I'm going to try this
I'm
MMA
going to do
shit.
MMA.
Yeah.
Burroughs has it down, dude. Like, even though he's lost some matches at Worlds and stuff like that, like, he has his system of whatever he's doing, like, training-wise and preparation is just, like, he's already, like, he's the best wrestler at his weight in the world. And now he's just, like, figured out how to maintain that for a long period of time, which is insane to me.
But he just took bronze, which, I mean, I don't think that doesn't say he's not the best in the world, but like.
Yeah.
Had a shitty day.
Now, the thing is, so when Lance first came on, we spoke about, like, man, I don't know if I could be competing at that level for that long. Having already done it since I was fucking 12.
Yeah.
For you, what, 6, 4,
9.
9. Like, so, like, you spoke about his system. Like, what's he doing in his goddamn brain to, like, yep, let's just keep figuring it out, I guess.
Yeah.
I think he didn't really come on. Like, obviously, he won a state title in high school in Jersey, or maybe 2. I think it was 1, though.
Right.
But I feel like he really didn't get in his groove until college, and that's where,
like his sophomore year.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, he won 2 national titles. Like, I feel like once he got to his weight class, like, he was at 157.
Maybe got some
and,
man strength or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, like, I feel like he just got in his groove and found his style.
Like that fucking, like, all the way as low as gravity could take you, fucking double leg.
Yep.
Followed
'Cause
by
it
another
really-
one off of that.
He really didn't have that until his
Right.
sophomore year of college.
Right.
And I think that's where it
And didn't
started
even,
to
like,
take
believe
off.
in it then, either. Like, yes, it
Yeah.
worked a lot. It was like his junior and junior year was like, nope, doing this to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See what it is.
He's got a freaky double leg.
Yeah.
All right, so
Insane.
we'll end this up quick. We're going with Gregor for that first one.